So for years, I've worked at a job that I absolutely hated that sucked the life out of me. And I put on a lot of weight during those years. But all I'm doing sitting on my butt in an office all day selling insurance. I'm still drinking beer. I'm still living typical Jordan life. And then she looks at me without skipping a beat and says, "Oh, that's because you're not eating your feelings anymore."
She got you. Well, my mouth is full eating my feelings right now.
she she
Oh, buddy, I know that my cholesterol speaks the same way. I don't show it in my gut. Well, maybe some, but just not as predominant as others. That's a real thing, huh? In your
Yeah,
old
man.
age, you gotta watch what you eat now.
Hello, and thank you very much for downloading this most recent episode of Movie Guys Podcast. You can download many more episodes at movieguyspodcast.podbean.com.
Back in 2020, we reviewed a little movie called Extraction that, it was during the beginning of COVID. We had to review movies from home. I never thought in a million years we'd be doing Extraction 2. But here we are. Eric, how the hell are you doing?
What did we give Extraction 1 or just Extraction?
Small.
What did we review? Did we both give it small? Do you have the
I don't have
record
the
up, the logs?
No, I could. I didn't do it. I apologize, but I give it a small. You probably gave it a medium because you're generous.
Yeah, a little bit, but maybe I don't know. That movie was something. I feel like I should go back and listen. I don't want to, but here we are again. Extraction 2, a movie that I was not looking forward to watching because of the first one and how I don't know. How would you describe the first one? Like,
Action porn.
yeah, just kind of simple and how I don't know, ordinary it was, right?
It didn't do anything. It was just a stupid action movie with Chris Hemsworth right after what? Infinity War?
Yeah, it's his attempt at trying to, I guess, break out of the superhero genre. But didn't he do another one where he was a hacker? Hold on, let me get that movie.
Oh, Eric, that's hilarious. I started
Or was that his
tracking
brother?
I started tracking our bags, no bags, at the end of 20 going into 21. So yeah.
Spiderhead, is that what that movie is?
Are you kidding me? That's
Where he played that with Miles Teller. He plays the hacker.
yeah. Okay,
Chris
so
Hemsworth with glasses.
I thought that
basically.
was Ghostbusters remake.
What's that?
Chris Hemsworth with glasses.
Oh yeah, I guess those
Yeah.
are fake glasses though. These are real glasses.
Yeah. No, yeah. To be honest with you, I don't think I'm gonna get much chance to say my piece on Chris Hemsworth. So I guess if you don't mind, it's gonna be short. I get the appeal that he's a good looking dude, but other than that, I don't think he's a great actor. He does great for Thor, right? He's kind of like Schwarzenegger to me, where he plays his strengths, but when he goes away from his strengths, he's bad. He made one out of four good Thor movies, and he's kind of a throwaway character in the team movies, right? With the Avengers, he's not really that important.
Well, he falls under the classic Hollywood curse of being too attractive. There's there's this thing where in the world of pop culture, there's a scale, and I forgot what it's called. There was a psychology to it of attractiveness. And there's a part where if you become too good looking, then people put you on such a higher part that you can't really get out of that. And so your range is always going to be limited to that bubble of attractiveness that you are a part of. So if Chris Hemsworth were to try his damnedest to be serious in a movie or try to play something else, he would still try to compete with the obstacle that he is an everyman when he's clearly not. He is very attractive. So it's hard for him to be a believable, next door neighbor type. Oh, I'm just me. I'm just a high school teacher or something like that. And it's just like, no, no, you're not, buddy. You're like, look at you. Of course you're something else. So he's typecasted into that of what he can do. And one thing he can do
But
very well is obviously play the ex-military Marine SEAL beret special black op covert double star equal 3 in the night soldier.
okay, so the problem I have with that is I'm going to argue that I think Brad Pitt is probably like here we are, two straight dudes talking about attractive men. But I mean, Brad Pitt. I mean, geez, like that guy goes and does Fight Club and does amazing at it. But Chris Hemsworth has fallen into the same world as John Cena, just these stupid male machismo Marine movies. And I mean, like Commando's fun if you want to talk about like Schwarzenegger kind of stuff. But I'm just waiting for his Predator. You know what I'm trying to say? Like how Schwarzenegger was.
It's
You know what I mean?
these type of actors, just like you said, John Cena, Chris Hemsworth, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Hulk Hogan, even like all these, The
Yeah.
Rock. They're limited in what they can do. Dave Batista, either they can do the tough action, the hulking, intimidating guy, or they can be the funny goof. They can be the silly person, like we saw
Okay.
in Endgame with Fat Thor, or The Rock in, I don't know, whatever he's trying to do, Jumanji. And but everything else is these are characters. They play better
Yeah.
characters because they can't do everyman. They can't.
Yeah, they can't. They can't. And it's very hard to believe. Because remember, now I didn't go back and listen to our review, but I remember there's sometimes I remember things. And I remember that you and I were complaining that we read that they were going to make a sequel in our review. And we were wondering how he did not break Movie Guys podcast rules. There was a body, there was a death. He got shot in the neck and he fell off the pier and we saw his body sink. That's the beginning of this movie.
Yeah.
There was a body, there was a death. They're like, there's going to be a sequel. How?
That's an open ending though, Jordan. When you have a body just sinking, it's not put to rest, it's not recovered. So it's open.
All right.
Yeah, I know it's a dumb rule, but I guess see that
Yes, you're right.
under, subsection B, article, 4 of whatever the Movie Guys, bylaws are.
So like this is so this is a sequel that we did not want. This is a sequel that we got. This movie, though, I will give this movie a lot of praise. I was not bored. I will tell you exactly how it went down, and this is probably what a lot of people who are not a fan of the first one are thinking when they go to Netflix. All right, let's watch it. Click. Like that was my attitude going into this, Eric. Like, all right, let's see what we got.
That's exactly me.
Yeah, I just okay, and then I'm jumping the gun, but I want to talk about it in detail. But the moment where I turned and I was like, oh, was the train scene.
Oh yeah, buddy. Yeah, there is.
The train, the prison scene was cool, but the train scene, I was like, oh, there's something here.
I was like, they're
Oh.
still going.
They're still going. Yeah, so educate me because I did not go back and watch the first one again, and your memory is better than me. So Chris Hemsworth at the end of the first movie, the beginning of this movie, gets shot in the neck, falls over a pier. He, of course, doesn't drown somehow, and he floats to the shoreline. I bet the dudes in the submarine find the Titanic wish that happened to them instead of being crushed. Oh, joke.
Whoa.
So he gets rescued, of course, right?
Funny to say,
By
because it's basically how Avatar 2 ended as well, too, right?
Right. When he got found, right, it brought me back to Punisher. I was waiting for a black guy with a beard to like nurse him back to health. And then like when he comes back from health, he would say it's not vengeance, it's punishment. Because that's
Yeah.
what obviously that's what he's playing, right? Kind of.
I'm trying to actually get to see if the end of Extraction explains it all, how it is ending it all. But no, he's shot in the neck.
He's shot in the
And
neck and he flies over. He's shot in the neck, man.
he's shot in the neck.
He's shot.
Falls into the river. And the team escaped to safety. 8 months later, the other guy, Khan, is that the dude?
The main dude
No,
or
the
Chris Hemsworth?
brother dude. Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. So Chris Hemsworth plays Tyler Rake in this, and he's teamed up with a very well-to-do brother and sister combo, right? Who was the son of an Indian drug lord? Is that what it is?
Yeah, so were they in the first one? This brother and sister?
Yes, they were in the first one.
Was she the person that he was extracting in the first one?
No, that was. Oh boy, we don't need
See
to
what
go
I'm
back and
saying?
explain this first
Yeah,
one here.
I'm just
No, they were extracting. It was the one person they were extracting was a kid, the son of the incarcerated Indian drug lord.
Okay.
He sneaks out of the house to visit a club at his friends. At the party, they go to a garage to have a smoke. And they encounter corrupt officers, and then they're kidnapped. Okay, never mind. I don't want to read any more of
Okay.
this.
I don't. So
And this one, he's retired. Tyler Ragey is Chris Hemsworth. That is after the events of Extraction 1, and as he's recovering and set to retire again from Nick Khan and Yaz Khan, the brother and sister, who are his partners.
okay.
Yeah, they're chilling. Then 9 months later, was it? Idris Elba comes in and he's like,
Yeah.
"Well, I guess what? My boss hired me. It's actually your ex-wife. You want to hear what she says?" And hires Tyler to go extract his ex sister-in-law and ex niece and nephew from a Georgian prison, right, where a drug lord is being held.
Where he's holding his family a la Soprano style. Um, by the way, so he gets rescued, Chris Hemsworth, in the beginning, and he gets sent to Dubai. That is the greatest hospital I want to be helped in.
It's United Arab Emirates, right?
It looks great. Like, dude,
Oh,
I mean,
it's
like that thing was legit.
probably the top of the world right there.
I liked it. I was like, dude, get it hurt in Dubai.
Yeah,
Um,
geez, trillion-dollar hotel, hospital, just
did you see outside his hospital room view? It was like this skyscraper, like beautiful scenery. I'm just like, oh my god. And then they take him to Austria, and he is ice fishing. He has a dog. This is a man and his dog drinking some Vernors. Just enjoying retirement. And then
just
Idris
doing the
Elba, yeah,
thing, chopping wood and
being
just
manly,
going to the market, watching TV.
getting chickens as pets. I'm assuming because we see them chilling on the couch. Idris Elba shows up. He's like the guy in between the guy who, you know, does the mission stuff. Like, hey, you have a mission because my boss says
He's Bosley.
he's Bosley. Why is Idris Elba not in this movie anymore after that scene? Like you would, hey, this is like a reunite, right, from Marvel. You would think that they would be back. They're not. Like Idris Elba's gone, and yeah, he has to extract this bad guy, right? Okay, so I think I kind of lied to you, Eric. So I said where I turned on a good note was the train scene, but what caught my attention was so this bad guy has a brother, and the brother is a bad guy too. So the bad guy brother is in jail,
Bad Bros.
right? Is in jail was prison with his wife to keep his family safe. So the other brother is on the outside. And this politician or a mayor or somebody shows up at the dude's house, and he makes a comment right off the back. He shakes his hand, "Hey, welcome," and then he's like, "Yeah, it's a sad day. We had to put down a cow or
Was it
something.
Sick Bowl or something?
Yeah, put down a sick bull." And the guy's like, "Okay, that's weird. That sucks." And they start talking, and then he says that line again when he realized he couldn't get his brother out, and the guy's like, "What?" Stabs him through the throat with the freaking pickaxe, dude. That was legit, or whatever that was. Like that was
That was a
awesome.
gruesome death there, yeah.
I loved it.
Grave already buried for him and everything, already dug.
Fun fact: the director of the movie was the Gravedigger.
Oh, nice. Yeah, same writers and directors, huh? The Russo brothers, Andy Parks, and directed by Sam Hargrave.
What did you think of the introduction of this bad guy brother? Somebody wrote on Reddit, "This is a very good John Wick villain."
Oh, sure. I mean, it's a good villain. It's two twin brothers, drug lords. I get it. I'm with it. They're mean. They're angry. They have a lot of control. They're power hungry. Sure.
Do
It's
you?
I've seen better and I've seen worse.
But do you wish though that the main brother that we follow would have like a Bondian? What do you mean by that? Bondian people is James Bond stereotype. Would he have like a Bondian bad guy thing, like webbed hands, or like he can't feel pain, or I mean, like that's where this movie's going towards, right? This villain has to do something, but no, he's just a normal dude that has a brother. Um, And then, like, dude, so this is a complaint. So the movie moves quick, which is great. So kind of contradicting, but it goes from he gets shot in the neck to 9 months of being recouped to however long in Austria to saying, no, I'm not going to do a job. Then Idris Elba shows up and then he says, yep. And he's automatically in the country of Georgia,
Got a
ready to.
montage.
Right. Oh God, straight out of Rocky Four.
Got a montage. He put rocks in the
I
sled
love.
and he
I
moved it.
loved
He's
it.
back to normal. He's back.
Yeah, back to
Get
normal.
the boots on. Let's go. Passport ready.
Where's Georgia at?
Isn't it kind of like Russia or Ukraine? Kind of is a small state
I made a
country in
joke.
there.
Well, because I made a joke to my wife and she gave me the look of divorce kind of look, where I looked at her because it said Georgia, right, as the title card stuff, the title stuff. And I was like, huh, I wonder if they're close to Atlanta. And she,
I'm sure you're not the first or the last to make that joke there. Here you go. It's South Russia by the Black Sea.
so is okay, so Georgia's okay, so is Georgia a city or is Georgia a country?
It's a country.
It is just a small country, okay, by Russia. All right. That's kind of interesting to have Russians as
It's
the
like
bad guy,
it
right?
borders like Turkey, Armenia, Azerbaijan.
Hmm. So we go to this prison to break out this wife, her daughter, and her douchebag son that should have died in this movie.
Man, yeah,
I hated
this
that kid.
I don't like. I mean, I guess I understand it, but at the same part, the kid like this, yeah, I'm kind of bothered by it. It's like, well, then why did you leave in the first place then?
You're bothered. You're saying it nice, dude. The kid, the teenage boy is in prison because his dad makes him be there. He is awake pretending to sleep and hearing his dad verbally threaten his wife and hit his wife, and he still is all about I love dad and I want to be a part of this terrorist group. Like bull crap.
Yeah,
Like don't
well,
give me that.
yeah. There's the thing is that like I'm trying to believe that this kid has been brainwashed to the part where he wants to be a man. You know, he thinks that he's soft, that he is weak, and in order to become strong like his dad, he's I guess got to be exposed to prison life and hitting women.
Well, I was just waiting for somebody to give him a bear, then he takes venom.
Yeah,
There we go. For those of you
wouldn't
who
that be
are
something?
for those of you who are listening that get that joke, we are friends. Um, but then Chris Hemsworth comes and saves the day essentially. But we get the fight with the prison dad, and my wife is kind of in and out of this, right? Because she's watching it with me. She's not interested, right? She's on her phone mostly. But the moment of the movie that caught her attention is when Chris Hemsworth is fighting with the brother in the basement of this prison, and he takes his hands and he splits his hand like right down the center. And my wife goes, "Oh, you can do that?" And I was like, "Yeah, bud, that's pretty cool." Like that was cool, right? This fight sequence is great. It's fun. It's stupid. It's nonsense. Burning him on the boiler or whatever. Come on, it was nonsense. And then okay, so tell me if you agree with me. So then after they fight and kill their brother, or is it before, they have to go through the courtyard? Was it after they killed the brother that they
That
go
was
through the
that
courtyard?
was after.
That was
So
after.
because the extraction went as the movie is for named, he's going in there to get yeah his niece nephew and ex sister-in-law out of this prison. So he goes in there and everything's going okay until a prisoner sees them and then sounds their prisoner alarm and whatever the hell, right? Uh, and so he's able to Chris Hemsworth that is to go through make it to a point right fighting a lot of people in like enclosed rooms and there was a lot of cool fights that he was doing because he didn't want to shoot
Yeah,
the gun because
right,
for reasons
right.
um, which was great. Obviously, gun noise has no effect
No,
in this. Shooting a gun next to somebody's ear in a room in a stone prison like that is just a-okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
You can just get up and walk away from that one.
Absolutely.
Anyway, for them to then he finally ditches the kids, right? Then the Nick Khan and Yaz Khan, the brother and sister, his team partners in this, were able to get the kids and get them extracted, but he couldn't extract the mom, right? Because of the husband, is that what it was? And then they killed him. And
Right.
then they went to the courtyard, but the courtyard was already in riot mode. And then this
Yeah.
is kind of where the movie picks up.
Yeah, the movie starts picking up. I was wondering, I was looking up and I couldn't find it, but I was wondering if this was the same courtyard as they filmed Stranger Things 4 in, because it looked kind of familiar. Russian prison, blah,
Again,
blah.
a lot of these things are kind of familiar, whether it be another Russian prison scene fighting up, or you know what I've been seeing a lot of that hand split that you were talking about. I've
Yeah.
been seeing that in a lot of movies that we've been reviewing lately. I trying to,
That's
to
the
think
thing.
of it seems to be becoming a popular thing now.
Because it looks extremely
It's
painful.
gruesome, yeah.
And the brother who takes the hand splint, he takes it like a champ. I would not be taking it like that. If Chris Hemsworth split my hand down to my wrist, I'm throwing up on myself,
Jeez, Chris
like I'm
Hemsworth's
freaking out.
taking a beating during all this too. He gets stabbed in like the lower abdomen, I think, right there,
He
right?
gets stabbed everywhere.
Yeah, geez, and oh, geez, yeah,
And he just recovered.
get hit in the back of the head with like a brick or
Right.
something, like
But
geez, and he gets up like that would be, oh my God, that would
it's
it's a concussion.
it's terrible. Like it was so funny to me to like, oh my God, this guy just spent how many months recouping and now he's getting stabbed. So like, okay, we killed the brothers, so now the only way we can escape is to go through this prison riot courtyard. And it's just brutal fighting, constant nonsense. He even like one time he pulls a grenade out and he says, "Pull the pin," and he just
Oh
throws
yeah,
his
that was
grenade.
pretty cool.
Like that there would do anybody in. Like, okay, I'm done, right? And then they finally escape, and then we get what I said at the beginning of the episode here is they get on this. Well, first of all, they go through this forest where they have motorcycles shooting up their Humvees with bulletproof glass. That sequence was cool. I mean, it was very, very cool action.
There was a lot, and it was all supposed kind of a one take shot thing, even though there was obviously many parts where they could cut.
Yeah, it was not one take.
It was not one take, but it was done in the style that this was all in one sequence. It was the continuous sequence of a shot, and I thought that was very good. It was.
Yeah.
I even said out loud, like, where the hell was this in the first movie? Like, this was.
Is this a different director
This was
though?
great. This is same people.
So why does this look like a completely different movie then? Is it because the director has more reign? Are we guessing? Does he have more free will to do what he wants to do?
I don't know. Maybe just as a director, they saw what they did in the first one, and maybe the first one was successful, and so they got a little bit more to play with in the second one, and they were able to just kind of do this. Have a bigger budget, have it big, because this sequence is going to take a lot of special effects, a lot of planning, a lot of rehearsing, a lot of choreography, a lot of explosions, a lot of takes. And yeah, so a lot of that. Oh, here we go. According to the director, the 20-minute single takes action sequence took 4 to 5 months to rehearse and 29 days to shoot.
Yeah, 29 days to shoot. It wasn't one take.
Right, but it's a single take action sequence.
Right. Then their trucks get blown up. They run through this steel mill and they get on the train. And this was cool. I mean, like, you're right. They kept on coming. The bad guys did. I mean, like, they were fighting on the train. We got, what, 2, 3 helicopters? That girl, the sister, got wrecked in the front of the train, right? Stabbed and shot. Didn't
Boy, she kicked ass.
Oh my God! Like somebody got shot in the hand. I think she got shot in the hand. I think, or maybe it was Chris later. But somebody got shot through the hand and just went ow and continued to fight. Like it was like,
Chris
geez.
Hemsworth there when he was hanging off a building.
Oh yeah, that was later, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That was later. So, just a fun action sequence. I would say this. So, can I share a really short story?
No, you can't, Jordan.
Thank you.
Yes, of course you can. Go ahead.
It was 2006, and I was a sophomore in film school, and we liked to go to the theaters on Tuesdays because it was cheap. And we would go to the theaters, and we would spend all day at the theater. And what we would do was we would buy one ticket, me and a group of film students. We would buy one ticket in the morning, and then we would be there until they closed, just constantly going in and out of theaters. Eventually, they caught on. But these two movies that I saw back to back was No Country for Old Men
Mm.
and Casino Royale,
All right.
in that order. And I was never a Bond fan until 2006.
Oh, it was a good movie.
And I've seen like GoldenEye, I've seen Tomorrow Never Dies, Rolls Not Enough. Like I've seen the Pierce Brosnan movies, but I wasn't a fan. And I watched Casino Royale, and I was with a bunch of film geeks, and they were all going crazy over that parkour opening of Casino Royale.
Sure. Big scene.
And one of the guys, I won't say his last name, but I'll say his first, Marcus. He nudges me and he goes, "This is how you shoot freaking action." He said the other F word. And the whole point of me telling the story is that when he said, "This is how you shoot freaking action," I started to watch more and I started to enjoy what I was seeing. Now I've seen a lot of movies in between, so this statement could be a little crazy, but in my recent memory, this is how you shoot action with this train sequence. Like this, like if you're going to make a stupid action movie, this is it. Like this train sequence is cut beautifully. It's choreographed great. You wonder if one of the siblings is going to bite it because clearly one of them's going to bite it, right? I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
oh God.
Called that at the beginning of the movie.
Right. So it's like, oh, this is great. And then they all escape, right? We get on a plane, and the jerk teenage brother, the brother, the sister. So the jerk teenage son sees Chris Hemsworth's phone, steals the phone, and calls his uncle to tell them where they're at.
You
And
almost
it's
got
like,
that right. Yeah, it was Yaz's phone, which I don't understand that. Which is if it's someone like Yaz, like that's obviously a phone that you were using. You're not just gonna like get up and walk away and be like, oh well, I guess I lost my phone. Are you serious? Like what person wouldn't be like, all right, who has my phone? Where's my phone?
how would the
Yeah,
kid know the password?
yeah. There's a lot of questions about that where I just be like, what the hell, you know? Tell
Yeah.
me that this does this guy have like, oh, I have 5 phones for every, just like for every bitch. It's like, no, dude, like you have a phone obviously with like a big battery pack and a satellite antenna on it on a smartphone. Buddy, like you're not, and
Yeah.
you just leave that unlocked and unattended to go get this guy some what, a banana and a water? Like ridiculous.
Yeah. And then what they go back to Dubai or they go back to Austria? They go to some place with
It
the tallest
doesn't matter.
skyscraper.
They go to Fantasyland. This movie, as far as the story goes, is horrendous, Jordan. I think
Oh, it's
we all
terrible.
can
Yeah.
agree there. Like the way that it just moves, Deus Ex Machinas every so often here. Helicopters. How many of these damn helicopters does this guy have? Like this is now a threat, right? Like this guy is
Yeah.
going with military helicopters and blowing up like apartment buildings. You're telling me this isn't gonna make the news? Like there isn't like some casual like civilian who's who's just gonna run away and some news van is just gonna be like, hey, by the way, like 6 police officers died today. We're responding to a heist, or we don't know what actually. They just came. A bunch of machine guns got shut off. Helicopters came, and then everyone left. Channel 5 News coming back to you later.
6. How about 16? Because to live to the scene, the teenage son calls the uncle. The uncle comes to this tall skyscraper that everybody's at and does like drops some kids off to the pool and then rides a helicopter up and just completely like destroys like the 30th floor of Nakatomi Plaza,
Yeah.
right? And like all the civilians just go away. Like there's no civilians, right? Like Batman, Superman style, right? Just gone. And yeah, there's like all these cops that show up, and we got these dudes like this heavy Kevlar with these massive machine guns and just destroy all these cops. Like it was brutal. It was completely brutal.
Yeah.
And then this is the scene that we're talking about where Chris Hemsworth is just fighting dudes. The plot doesn't make sense. And then he finally is on like this slope, all glass patio, if you will, kind of like part of the roof. And he's fighting with the main bad dude. And the sister falls off. So he's holding her to, Chris Hemsworth is holding her, right, to keep her safe. And then bad dude shoots Chris Hemsworth through the hand. And he just goes, ow.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Eric.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, a lot of part. And this is after Chris Hemsworth throws her, or before he throws her. He throws her through a glass partition.
Yeah, he throws her after he puts a hand through hold through his hand.
Yeah,
That was ridiculous.
Yeah. A lot of this thing was just like, trust me. I was just like, oh god. I was surprised that the brother died after being shot like once or twice. Just like, come on, man. Like, I thought everyone can get shot 5 times in this movie without having it be an issue. But whatever, he had his death scene, and sad. I like this guy, by the way. He was in that movie Mosul. Oh, damn it.
What's the brother in the beginning, the prison, or the this dude?
This dude, the guy with the Valentino
main
shirt.
dude.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of the movie. Were we there yet? We're not talking about that.
No, I'm just talking about the actor. He was in this
Okay.
other action movie called, which is better than I think than this one. If everyone likes that kind of that gun porn type of movie, he's in another movie like that I think is clearly better. But
Why we're
Mosul?
talking, and I don't want to get to the ending yet, but why we're talking, I don't feel like we're dogging on this as much as Avatar 2. Why is this different than Avatar 2? Like, I mean, we were dogging on Avatar 2.
Well, here's the thing: is that this had a 21-minute, like straight, steady action sequence that was awesome, and I was really enjoying that. The rest of the movie really was just more the same as the first movie. And I think the reason why we're not dogging on this is because, first off, the thing was this movie's an hour and a half less, a full hour and a half. You could watch Extraction 1 and 2 in the time you could watch Avatar 2.
Okay, so we're dogging Avatar 2 on length, but then we come to that argument of film and movie. Is Avatar film in this movie?
No, Avatar is, I don't know what the hell it is. It's garbage. But here's the thing: is that Avatar 2 had some awesome action sequences in it, and if we have something here, if we could get a little bit of both, from like what Avatar 2, that sequence, that effect, that you know what I mean, in the Avatar 2, like the water sequence when they were did the full on fight. I think that was fantastic. James Cameron, the way he does 3D without glasses, I see what he's trying to do. That effect is awesome. If we can get that in a full 20-minute sequence, like in Extraction 3, I'm on board. That right there is going to be awesome for me. But here's the thing: is that this is going on the trend where we've been reviewing movies lately where story be damned. It doesn't matter if it's good or makes sense or anything, as long as look pretty, me buy. That's it.
Well,
The movie just has to look cool and look pretty.
That's what I kind of feel like Mario was, right? Kind of the same realm.
That's
It was
exactly what Mario was.
Yeah, it was pretty, but it was stupid. So speaking of stupid, we get this Nakatomi Plaza fight sequence, and then we have to get the down period before we get the big end, right? And this is where you find the BS, where I didn't look it up. So I'm trying to figure this out. This backstory of Chris Hemsworth leaving a child with cancer is not in the first movie, is it? Like, it's not.
I didn't think they hinted much, other than he had a troubled past, as they often do.
Right. This is BS, and this makes me turn on Chris Hemsworth. Like, so the backstory is he extracts his, like you said, his sister-in-law, his ex-sister-in-law, because he married her sister, and him and the sister divorced because their, I don't know, 5-year-old son was dying of cancer. And instead of staying there by his son's bedside, who was on his last breath, he decides to go do a tour of Afghanistan. Like, this guy's a jerk. This guy's a piece of crap.
Hold on a second. I'm reading. How did this end? Is that yeah, the fight and the thing, and then the bad guy, the brother, was like, "I'm never gonna stop." He gets shot. They take the helicopter. They fly away. Oh, and then they have this heart to heart, right? Yeah,
Right.
and they're at like the cabin, at Tyler's cabin, and he's apologized to everybody for his ex-wife. Okay.
Tell me
Uh,
that this does not make Chris Hemsworth's character a douchebag. Like, this guy's a jerk. I don't care about him in Extraction 3. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to go into Extraction 3 for the action porn because as a character, this guy's terrible.
oh wait, no, this happens. They
In the
go to
middle.
I'm sorry. They go to the cabin, and then the brother calls Tyler, saying that he has the kid, right? And he's like, "Meet me at the church."
Right. Meet me at the church.
Geez, I almost forgot about this whole sequence. I almost forgot about this whole sequence, this whole church
At the
sequence.
end.
Yeah.
You know, also ended in a church. That was a good action movie. Skyfall.
I was gonna say, I feel like I've seen this before, right? Didn't Last
You have.
Action Hero do something like this?
Yeah, and ended in a church. So tell me though, right? Because I'm kind of feel like I'm left hanging before we get to the ending. Do you feel that this backstory of Chris
Oh,
Hemsworth leaving his cancer child is a douche move?
sorry, but I was reading ahead. Yeah, it's kind of a loose
Loose my
excuse.
ass. It's a douche move. Your child is dying of cancer, and he has days to live. I mean, Chris Hemsworth said he was dying,
Oh,
and
geez.
he
Well, yeah, then yes,
and
it's
I
a
mean,
douche
Chris,
move.
yeah, Chris Hemsworth says the movie's like, oh, he's dying, but I couldn't handle watching him die, so I went on a tour to Afghanistan. Man, screw you. Like, I don't care about this guy at this moment. As a parent myself, like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. So anything that he does after this point, I don't care about. I'm saying the reason I'm critiquing this, and the reason why I'm harping on this, Eric, is because that's something that you cut.
Yeah, you can cut that up because here's the other thing too, is that this guy is supposed to have a heart. We're supposed to feel for him when his body count in this movie is real high.
Worse than worse than Roadhouse, I would say.
You know, this guy is killing people left and
Yeah,
right. You know, and it's just like Dominic Toretto talking
nice.
about family. It's just like, buddy, you have ruined so many families with your actions.
Side note, I thought of you today because I saw a thing on Google, the top, I think it was Watch Mojo maybe, the top 10 times that Dominic Toretto is superhuman.
Man, I tell you, he defies everything, and that's what we
He
watch.
does. So then we get to the movie with the church, right? Where Chris Hemsworth, who I cannot stand by anymore, goes to face the main bad guy. Main bad guy's men gets destroyed by Chris Hemsworth because, you know, he's Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, yeah.
And main bad guy puts a suicide vest on teenage son. And I was like, blow him up. This kid sucks. And then bad guy and Chris Hemsworth have themselves a knife fight, right? And then that's when the bad guy's just getting wrecked. And he's laying on his back, and Chris Hemsworth's laying on his back. And he's like, I'm never going to stop. And Chris Hemsworth just goes, poop, right in the head. At this moment in time during the struggle, I guess I blinked or I peed because his partner, sister person gets shot and dies too.
Partner, sister person.
Right? You're talking about how the brother sister partners?
Oh, yes. He
Because the
died.
brother
The
gets
brother died as they
on
were.
Nakatomi
Yeah.
Plaza. Yeah, he
Yes.
dies on Nakatomi Plaza. She dies too, doesn't she?
No, she does not.
Because okay,
She
again,
gets.
maybe I
She
blinked.
gets. I guess she gets Hemsworth. I guess if you want to say that, or she gets
Isn't
stabbed,
that Miley Cyrus?
shot, beaten, whatever. But she's still good. Give her a butterfly band-aid type of thing, and an orange jumper. And I think she got captured, right? Um, yeah. Let me read this. I think Nick and Tyler, there it is, are imprisoned. And the Tyler's informed that the lady and her children have been moved to protective custody. but their assets have been frozen. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, so I guess that must have paid.
Tyler tells her to give them $1 million cash, which he had hidden under the third floorboard back at the fireplace at his cabin. She tells Tyler that their son died with good memories of him and bids Tyler farewell for good.
Until Extraction 3 comes out in 3 years. Yeah, Eric, dude, like, I remember watching this because I remember my old bar at my old house that I had?
Mm-hmm.
I watched the first one in my old bar with all the lights off. The last time I have a memory of doing that is when we reviewed The House That Jack Built.
Ooh, what a movie.
Whew. And I'm just like, so that kind of brings back memories, you know? And I was like, there's no way they're making a sequel. And they are, and they're making a third movie. But I had fun. So I guess we'll get into our popcorn ratings. I'll go first. It's not a no bag. Do I insult it? It was stupid fun action. Would I go back? No. So because I will not go back to watch scenes on YouTube, it's a small. It's fine. It's stupid action porn. Chris Hemsworth is bad. I don't like how they make his character say, "Hey, guess what, son? You're dying of cancer. See you later. I'm going to kill me some Afghanis here." Yeah, just story was bad, Eric. I agree with you, but the action was fun. Can't give it a medium though. So yeah, small for me. So what is your popcorn rating for Extraction 2?
I probably would agree, and the reason why is because I think this movie has a pretty bad branding issue. When I say that, I mean like when I say John Wick, you know very much the whole deal of everything, right?
Yeah.
Whereas in this one, it's a movie name. This is The Extraction, just like The Expendables. You know, it's the movie is the character, not the person. I don't know Chris Hemsworth. I had trouble remembering his name. Tyler Rake. He's not like a Jack Reacher or a Jack Ryan or another Jack that we haven't talked about. It's just another guy with a gun going through the thing. Clear room. You squad flank left. Just another movie with some characters in it. So it doesn't seem to stand out. This movie had the great camera work in it, which was wonderful, but excuse me, after that, it's kind of turned back into the same first movie. I don't know if they're trying to make this, I don't know, character a bit more stand out and make it like this is a Chris Hemsworth vehicle and we're going to get more Tyler Rake movies, maybe a series, or if he's his own thing. But maybe something with I'm more interested in the brother and sister. You know, if you were to like do like a young version or a prequel of all these people meeting at, you know, wherever they were meeting at, like, okay, well, that makes sense. That would be kind of a fun thing to watch. But now you're world building, and that's more that we have right now because all we have is just these two movies that don't really give us a whole lot other than what we already learned with him leaving the cancer and stuff. I don't know. It just, you know, it's like, okay, it feels like you're watching the movie and just like get to the stop talking and get to the part with the guns. Like, okay, yeah, oh, woman comes in, she's crying about something. Son, you weren't there. Okay, got it. Go shoot the thing. Yeah, that's all you're waiting for. Fast forward through it. And so it declines the quality of any story that I want to give it. So it's a small, you know, I'm not going to watch this movie again. I might watch the 20-minute sequence again, but as of right now, I'm not really excited to watch it.
But for the record, though, you and I both say that this is better than the first one.
I like this one better than the first one. Again,
Yeah.
this was a thrill ride, man. And I had a good time. During that first half of the movie, I just like you, I was hesitant to watch this movie, and it just started to get, okay, I'm watching it. Okay, I'm in it now. Let's go. Yeah, just kind of, you know, like kind of riding a scooter at the beach. You know, you don't want it to at first, and all of a sudden you're just like, oh, you know what? I'm actually kind of having a good time.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I think I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was good because I can imagine myself saying that. I don't want to. Gina, this is great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
That's what I think this movie
Good.
is, and
Yeah. This is great.
I mean, I would watch the third one.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're gonna review it if it comes out.
Yeah. So, like, what does that mean, Jordan? Like, we're like, meh. We finished the movie. I don't, yeah. It's like it's not like I don't have a good feeling. I don't have a bad feeling, but it's just like I don't know.
I
Was
mean,
it time wasted? What is this feeling that I'm feeling?
I think you're feeling, you know what? Towards the end of the year last year, late fall, early winter, you and I watched two movies that destroyed me, which was Halloween Ends and Clerks 3.
Yeah.
Um, this kind of feels like a Clerks 3 Halloween Ends one, where it's like, what I mean by
No,
that is
there's
that,
not much shame in this one like those movies did.
all right, fair
Or
enough.
regret. Yeah.
I was trying to think like I don't want to see another Clerks again. I may not want to see another Kevin Smith movie again. And you god darn well know I'm not interested in seeing another Halloween movie again. So it's like, is that where this is? You know what this is? Those two movies destroyed me. Songbird pissed me off. It's somewhere in between. It's somewhere where my life is destroyed and pissed off. How about that?
Sure,
It's
sure.
somewhere in there.
You know what I
Somewhere in
think
there.
it is, as now I'm thinking about it, and as you had said that, I think it's kind of like a Fast and Furious effect right here, where
Oh,
I'm kind of waiting for Extraction to make the next step. This movie is taking itself seriously. These characters are being genuine in that they can do this stuff because they are professionals. They are not superheroes. This is real, right? Where in Fast and Furious, there was an element too. There was a point of realism where they are doing this. They can do this because they're good at what they do. Now we're at a point where this is just holy shit. This is, just make believe fantasy land. Is Extraction 3 going to jump the shark? Is it going to kind of stay in this realistic thing and try to be in the realm of it, even though it's completely not? Obviously, it's just uh, you know, doing whatever it needs to do. And because it is it going to double down and go exaggerate it and go crazy loony cartoony?
yes, if this was released in theaters, but since both movies are a Netflix exclusive, no, they're not going to
So
put that much into it.
maybe my feeling is just kind of like this I don't know, hesitation, this apprehension, just this I don't know, a bated breath as to being like, all right, well, let's see what you got, Extraction. But I'm maybe I'm not impressed yet. I'm still interested, right? But I'm not sold.
Right? Yeah, it's new territory you want to explore. It's your second year of college. You don't know yet.
That's a good one.
You know, you'll find out when it comes around again, what you really are all about.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
I think we got it there.
yeah. So what we know what you're all about is downloading Movie Guys podcast, right? So check us out on Spotify and iHeartRadio, on Amazon Music, on Samsung TV, wherever you get your podcast from. We are on. Check us out at movieguyspodcast.podbean.com. Eric, thank you so much for joining me this week, and we'll be back next Thursday for an awesome episode. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm fucking hyped. I'm sorry. I'm hyped. Have a good night. I'm hyped. I'm noticing since I'm getting almost 40 and I'm at that, whitey tighty phase, that I need shoes with high arches, not flats. So I bought these things because they were $20, these Adidas Crocs. Because they were $20 even on Amazon. I'm just like, dude, I love me Adidas. I love the Germans, whoop whoop. And I was like, gotta get them on, bud. And I wore these things to the local minor league baseball game on Sunday in public. And people were like staring because they were like, dude, that guy knows what he's doing. Absolutely.
I mean, like that guy's got to be confident to wear that.
Tell me that you don't like these. How embarrassed of me would you be if I drive up to Detroit wearing these and I walk around the city with you?
Buddy, that is not the worst thing that could be seen in the city of Detroit.
I'm just saying, would I embarrass you?
No, of course not.
Because it's ridiculous.
That would be the most Jordan thing to wear, would be that.
Why are these the most Jordan things to wear? I want to know this.
Because it's a fusion of nostalgia and new age. It's a retro flashback, but for today's era.
So you want a pair of them?
I don't know of those. If they were like some Birdmans, some Croc Birdmans, maybe. Some number one Stunnas,
Here's the
maybe.
thing. These aren't Crocs. These are Adidas clogs.
How can you? The foam air clog. How can you make an Air Force One a slip-on?
Do it. I mean, they did with Adidas, clearly.
I mean, what would you even call something like that? Just